I think we can get through here.
Sure. Let's go traipsing through the rotten, falling down house.
Looks steady enough.
Watch out!
Ugh. Is it just me, or are we not welcome here?
Keep going. I'll find a way to meet up with you. Over-eager apprentices. I can break my way through here.
Everything all right down there?
Just a sneaky wanderer. You?
Same, but I managed. Are these spectres watching the road?
Maybe. But are they keeping people outside town? Or are they keeping them in?
I've had this game for some time now. I'm finally just getting to it. Love will get you killed. How far are you willing to go? For chemistry brewing. Orange now. It was green. The controller changes colors.
Oh, more wanderers.
Behind you!
lengths.
Yeah, as easy as falling off a box. Can't tell how long these people are dead.
The original settlers, perhaps.
Whoever, this doesn't bode well.
So what do you guys think?
Time to leave for good.
Jesus.
These people left New Eden Town just a few
This
days
is not
ago.
Final Fantasy.
What exactly is going on here?
Jumping from Final Fantasy 7 to this. That, like, I really enjoyed all their Life is Strange games, and probably some other games I can't think of that are by them. That's why this one was actually, I believe this was actually the first game that was releasing this year that was on my list. I don't think there was anything in January. This and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth was February. That games that I'll actually play. I might check other things out, but these ones I'll be playing. I also have Final Fantasy 16 in my backlog still. I don't know what to fucking say, so that's why I usually don't talk in these things.
Petty fiend.
Collecting spectral dust. You know what? That actually sounds quite realistic. Like, I mean, energy, shit gets caught in the dust, left behind, like Interstellar. And spirits aren't necessarily solid, but they sure can be solid. You know, if that makes any sense temporarily. But it takes a lot of energy and shit like that to do that.
That augurs
That's why
badly
you
for the
use
case.
demons all
Situation's worse than you thought.
Let's wait to hear what Charles
or
has to say.
angels.
Empty docks in a growing settlement. Never a good sign. Are the town selectmen sitting on their arses?
Isn't that what selectmen do?
That's what our time is like. A lot of enlightening and like rude awakenings. Actually, rude awakenings really started hitting the
When we
general
get to
public in
town,
2020.
we may need to split
And
up to cover
then
more
go
ground.
onward.
You may count on the most responsible student a Banisher could have.
We'll see if you remember some of your teaching.
Before then, it
If
was
you're
just in the
alright.
background,
Always.
and people were called crazy. Nowadays, it's a lot harder for someone to hold up that claim by claiming that someone's crazy, because the fucking world is crazy, and everybody knows it now. Can't pretend it's not anymore. Well, you can pretend, sure, but you'll always know it's fake.
Not the busiest stables I've ever seen. No ostler and no horses.
This town is less and less welcoming by the second.
New Eden Town. Texas,
Committee.
Let's
Connecticut,
find the inn. Let's find Charles.
Salem, and
It'll be good to see Charles and Esther again.
Territory of
Right,
Massachusetts.
but you a lecture on the sanctity of marriage.
Esther wouldn't dare. A pretty word.
A pretty word for a set of shackles.
I'm sure folk here are just as open-minded as Charles.
I wonder how active, how important dialogue is. Sometimes I wish I had more time to think this shit through. In video games, I don't have fast response a lot of times, and yes, mostly it's because I'm not just playing a game. I'm trying to enjoy the time that I have with the game, but at the same time, I'm trying to invest that same amount of time in something else, like multitasking, painting. Yesterday, today, just making sure the cats stay out of trouble. I guess today I have a little bit more time. I haven't decided actually what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm writing. Writing's always on the side, like of lately. So, but sometimes I don't really include that, even though it's just kind of like accustomed to that. Like painting, I don't do every damn day. And in fact, I'm not even done painting, but I figured I'd do some more eventually, at some point. These cats are wild. You know how dogs are like man's best friend? Cats are, I mean, I get why cats aren't for everyone. I love cats. I think they're adorable, but they're also wild. Like, it's in their nature to be wild. You could train them, and they're always going to have a rogue instinct. Now, with a dog, you can actually train a dog, like, to actually behave and live a certain way. That's entirely up to the owner. I don't, like, when it comes to cats, I don't believe you can train cats. I think, cats are a lot smarter than dogs. Cats will do what the trainer says, but the moment you look away, they'll go do something else. Now, dogs can do that, but not all dogs. And usually with dogs, it's just food. Or if they're puppies and, you have to really train them afterwards, because if they're still doing that shit, like eating shit, then that's really just a bad owner. More than half the time. But like every dog I ever had, the only occasional issue I had with a dog was just stealing food. Sometimes was it. When you're not looking, you're not paying attention. Now cats, they'll smash your TV. Like this cat here smashed
Good
my
day,
TV.
sir.
You'll be Haskell's banishers, I take it.
Antea
Cats can't
Duarte.
smash a TV.
This is Red McWraith.
Oh yeah?
Pew Bachelor.
When you're
The
not
governor
in the
happened to clear
room,
the schoolhouse for your
or wherever
comfort.
your TV is at, and
It
the
is
cat decides to go
gone
behind it
out of use.
and decides
have
to push
your-
up against it, and your TV's not that light or that heavy, then you could just like push it right over, no matter how big it is. Like that was either I don't know, 60 inch or something like that around there. I think it was 55. It might have been 55, 60. I don't know. I don't recall.
We're expected at the tavern. Where might we find it?
The King's Arm. You can't miss it, for the lamps are lit. The school is now a bunkhouse, and the meeting house cold and dark. But the tavern shines yet.
I'm feeling the dark
Well
ambience.
then, Let us be thankful for small
like
mercies.
crawling through to
Where are the
an
children?
eventual tragedy,
Several died of fever.
fighting
We
decision.
could see disaster
I
coming.
feel like I've already
thought we'd
watched
have
the
to bury
majority
them
of it through the trailer.
We sent the children to safety. We sent them away.
That can't have been easy. It can't be easy now.
No. No, it is not.
That's the right choice to do if it's dangerous.
Farewell, Mr. Bachelor. And you may wish us luck.
Good luck, then, to the both of you.
You don't know how to handle all these demons. These aren't spirits. Spirits don't jump up like that. I've never seen a demon do that either, though. But, not like that. Oh, they're very real, though. I've had some pretty fucking horrible encounters, even. And a lot of them actually reside right in human beings. In people that are right on the streets you may never even know. Maybe even harboring, or holding on to one. Like killers, like people who are psychotic. Think of like bugs and glitches in the brain. What creates people to do disturbing things? It ain't, lovely spirits. It's demonic, prickling, dark, ambient ones that disturb. Well, I guess that's why they say it's not for the faint of soul. I would change that from heart to soul, because hearts can be replaced. Besides, most of the majority of the human body, the most important part of the human body is the brain. I mean, where all human emotion comes from is our brain. It's like transmitting, it's like fucking portals. I like to call them portals. Light. Putting light into someone's head. I mean, it can be used for bad. It just depends on... Honestly, people probably shouldn't do it unless they actually learn it, study it for themselves. Because gambling is never wise. There's no such thing as wise gambling. You go out and save me just a little bit of money and I came here to do that. Still unwise. Actually, it'd be more intelligent to scam the system. Because then you're actually using...
Charlie, we're here. Your prayers are answered. Pour us a drink.
Finally.
Don't recommend that either, though.
Please, come in. As it is called, your serving woman may sit while we talk.
I'm the help. She's the boss. You're not Charles.
My name is Antea Duarte. This is my partner, Red McWraith. Good day to you, sirs, madam. Now, where's Charles?
Minister Davenport said help was on its way. I assumed...
Keep digging, Fairfax. Good day. Pennington, captain of the train band. This here is Thickskin Newsmith. We're the selectmen.
What's left of us? Why is Charles not here?
He's dead.
We're sorry for your loss. We'll do what we can for his widow.
The Reverend is dead. When? How?
A terrible tragedy. Though our faith sustains us, we are still very much in shock.
Makes sense.
Our shock at Reverend Davenport's killing is so great that we must sit here in comfort, losing precious time.
As governor of the colony of New Eden, it is my responsibility.
Look at us, sat here waiting to meet the same fate. We could all be miles away by now. You lot do what you want. I intend living.
The esteemed select woman can be brusque. Forgive her. And rest assured that her aptitudes far outweigh her manners. Or lack thereof.
Her point still stands, Fairfax. Sitting here, doing nothing, we are as lambs to the slaughter.
The Banishers are here. Surely with their expertise we may yet prevail.
Then I shall leave you and your expertise in ghosts and devils to find out. My expertise in blood and battle is of little use. Mistress Duarte, if I can be of service, yous may visit me at home. On the other side of the street, as it were.
Well, Governor, shall you leave or shall you stay?
For myself, I'll stay. Our company has suffered terribly. But we are worth saving. And now that you are here, save it we shall. Please, accept my sincerest condolences for the loss of your friend. We feel the loss of our minister so very keenly. Charles Davenport was a man of great knowledge and devotion. The pride, indeed, of New Eden. It discommodes me greatly to remember how we found his body in the cemetery. Indeed, it distresses me yet further to tell you that we do not know what so tragically cost him his life.
Could your physicians not save him?
Would that we had a physician left, but it would have made no difference. Charles was dead when we found him, and we do not know how or why. One or two among our company have knowledge of the physic. Purples, they said. Rupture, strangery, or sadness. Guesses, all. As a man of science in New Eden, I stand alone. You see, in my youth, I too was something of a demonologist. Rather a good one, if I say so myself.
We're not demonologists, and neither was Charles. Is his widow Esther taking visitors?
The widow Davenport is at home, and does not much venture out. Her house overlooks the dock. I offered Charles a home with a view across a pretty meadow, but he refused. He preferred the village life. Speak to her, if she'll see you. But she knows no more than we do about how her husband died.
What can you tell me about the curse?
I can tell you that it has been our misery for many long months now. And I can tell you that it worstens by the increment. First, there was pestilence and disease. Then came the nightmares. Then came madness. In the end came death. And death remains. But in all honesty, I think the weather is the worst part. This never-ending winter hangs heavy on us all. Worse yet, it traps us here.
What did Charles know about it? What had he learned?
Tragically, I had not yet had the opportunity to discuss his investigation. And his passing now excludes the possibility. Our late friend Charles faced a Herculean task, and acquitted himself with honor. You will have to do far better than that, I'm afraid.
Our contract stands.
If you'll have it, yes. Our contract stands. For Charles.
All right. For Charles. You're a demonologist, you say?
I am that, like my father was before me. Faith and science are our twin compasses, you see, to a deeper understanding of the secrets of God's green and pleasant land, and those who threaten it.
And what have your compasses told you about the curse?
They have told me that Reverend Davenport was better placed than I to solve our problem. Which is why you're here. We agreed it. I shall stand for the company, I said, as the moral authority, the anchor, and the rock, as Charles and his banishers lift the curse.
Heroic work all round.
Indeed it is, madam. Indeed it is. But we do it all the same. Because we must. Aye. Because we must.
I really feel like I don't need to ask this question. This still looks like a stupid question, but I'm gonna hit it anyway.
Why is town so empty?
Of those who did not die, we are the few who stayed. Though our motivations may differ, all who remain have shown extraordinary faith and courage in the face of our adversity.
Those who left, where did they go?
Boston, outlying settlements. Anywhere, everywhere. Although, as you may have heard, the weather has likely closed the roads. Some believe the path through the dark woods offers salvation. I do not. I believe we must stand our ground.
Will they return when the curse is lifted?
I fervently hope so. They have homes here. But we sent the children away some time ago, and many could not live with their absence. If we do not resolve this situation quickly, the community of New Eden shall be broken, perhaps forever.
Thank you.
Kind of
We have what we
reminds me
need.
of
Then I wish you
Murdered Soul
success.
Suspect.
By my instruction, a room is prepared for you in the old schoolhouse. I'll be here if you need me.
And Vampire. I played and beat both of those games. Murdered Soul Suspect was a Square Enix game. I believe by the same makers who made Just Cause, if I recall. I mean, this is published by Square Enix, I'm pretty sure. I think Don't Nod has a deal with them. Or they're either owned or something, I can't recall. But, I think I might be wrong. I don't know. I was just hunch that they're very much connected. Because they have been with Life is Strange. But that was a saying. Oh, Vampire did have different types of choices in the game. Like, if you went the moral route, mostly, you would basically be severely underpowered, if I recall. I do not remember who made that game. That one. But I do remember it was like a doctor. And you could choose whether or not you were going to feed, and you could feed on everyone, probably everyone, which would basically be the evil route. But if you went evil in the game, it actually made your character extremely powerful. Like, to the point where it was, like, easier to kill other vampires and even other bosses. Yeah, I remember. I remember bits and pieces of that one because that one got very depressing. If I recall, Vampire was also like it had a different tone to it. Like not for the faint of heart, or faint of mind, going in and playing Vampire. Um, because there's a lot of dialogue, a lot more dialogue than there is of even drinking blood in the game, or being a vampire. So it's like it's an interesting game though. I believe he was looking for someone as well, and I'm pretty sure he accidentally killed whoever he was looking for or did something, if I recall. But I can't remember much about Vampire. I remember more about Murdered Soul Suspect because that one I found to be way more down my alley, way more interesting. Because I don't believe in vampires. I believe they're lunatics, people that are into crazy shit. That it's like I don't believe in like blood drinking vampires. I believe that is that's bullshit. I think it's psychotic actually. It's like some source of demonic entity that convinces people to basically get involved in, a bit into cannibalism. But Murder Soul Suspect was way better. It was, in Salem, Massachusetts, this guy literally is killed. He's trying to also solve his own death and figure out who killed him. So it's also an investigation game, and you also come across like witches and spirits, other spirits in the game, and then there's these demons. If I recall, you can't actually fight some demons, if I recall. You have to it's like a stealth mission, like some of them, but but because he's it makes sense in a way because you don't want to walk right in. You don't have that much energy to get your ass, more, destroyed by something that's more, has more, what the fuck's the word? Experience in the in between, hovering in the in between or the void or purgatory, whatever you want to call it. It has many names, uh, but stuff like that. But over there, it's and then in the game, it's uh, tied very much to the witches of Salem. There was uh, definitely obviously fiction, but it was still really cool how it went in and felt like bits and pieces of it, like tiny bits and pieces of it, felt very real. But in some places, just like when you watch fucking Insidious for the first time or something, or some movies that are out there, The Conjuring. It's no movie's real. They're all fiction. Even movies are based on true story. But there's things you could take from it and similarities to what it really is like. But here's an example why Insidious. Think about when you are, this is what's very, 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 very real. It might, creep some people out, and the Insidious movies get something pretty damn close to what I've seen and what a lot of other psychics or people that have had experiences have seen. Think of it this way: you have your own party. You can have your own party. You could be in your own state of mind, off in your own world. But just because you're in your own world doesn't mean that someone else is not seeing you, where you're at. So think about it like that. Like, let's say you're like, okay, I'll be fine. Or even if someone's like, I'm going to be in the darkness, I'm going to sleep, it's nothing but black darkness. You know, well, they can have a rude awakening if something decides to pull them out because they're not measuring anything that's going on over there. They're in their party usually. They don't really have any interest in anything outside it. So when they come in, things on the other side. So think of like sometimes hell is a fictional heaven. Like sometimes it could be someone's heaven, but heaven made. And where it's like created, like it can literally someone will find a moment and hang on to it, you know, or apart or create within their bubble, you know, something like that. Well, Insidious actually, when it like talks about the spiritual planes and how it goes in and how you know the inception part of it is where it hits home. Like it hits like some really closer. Like I said, nothing is entirely real, but there are close to real. Like every single documentary I've ever seen in my entire life is also fiction. Even documentaries, things that aren't even movies or fictional movies that come out straight and tell you, or a movie that's based on a true story. Those are a given that they're going to be fiction. Now, when you're looking at a documentary, you expect the damn documentary to be real as shit. But even a documentary comes through the point of view, and dude, you know, there's so many humans on planet Earth, and when they're involved in the arts, there's always one that's going to harness at least some kind of bug or some kind of demon. So dishonesty is always going to be in the mix, even in, you know, think about it like that. Like it's, you know, it's almost impossible for there to be even 100% accurate documentary, because you have to think about how you're receiving it, the intaker's receiving it. What is it that makes it real to you? Because, like I said this before, I'll say it again. Fiction and nonfiction share in common character creation and character destruction. When you're reading into characters, you can actually immerse yourself into a feeling, and you can actually dive in and let it take you, or you become it, and it's set on a course. Like, you know, you're not just reading it, you're experiencing it and feeling it. And because it's like I said, and especially it helps people get more and more into it when they're like there's more details, and when a writer, you know, basically walks them into it. I gotta go. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Still not editing. I got bloody Pop Rock cookies delivered to me here. To try. I already tried one though, but and they're like Pop Rocks with like frosting. They're Oreos. They're called Space Dunk. I had another kind of one, which I will say actually tastes much better than these ones. The like homemade or the cooked ones. Like I don't know, it's like different. And they're not Pop Rocks. Like these are like real Pop Rocks. Because I had it sit in my mouth the first time I bit into them. I didn't expect them to pop. I could still feel some of them popping. Like Oreos at Pop Rocks, since they get like Pop Rocks in them. Uh, 20th anniversary Baja Blast. 0 sugar. The diet I got here too. These crackers that I've been eating for like my entire life now, or not my entire life, but ever since I found them, I get a box every now and then. These Duos Cheez-It Jalapeno and Cheddar Jack. Excuse me. And they are pretty damn good, actually. They're really good. I also have this one, which I don't usually get, but actually it's because I just tried these. These are the newest ones from Cheez-It that I had. They might not be new at all, but they're new to me. It is Buffalo Wing. These ones are pretty good too. One flavor. Duos like it's neat because it has more than one flavor. One is jalapeno. One is, I mean, they're not spicy to me. Not even the buffalo. They're just a taste. They just have different. I don't know how to explain it. Some kind of flavorings. Trust me. Well, hot. I think right now the hottest hot sauce I have, because I have a bunch of hot sauces, is this. Is scorpion pepper hot sauce, which is what I call a sitter. Sitters are the worst type of hot sauces in existence. They basically will sit and they will not go away. They'll take a lot longer to go away. They'll sit there and then just whoosh, come back. And some of them will be like the eye of a storm. It'll disappear and then it'll shoot back up. Those are different type of sitters. There's those type of sitters, and then there's the sitters that literally just keep burning. Some are easier to put out than others, transitioning, but some will sit there even if you drink milk or water, will sit there for a good while. But I have a thing. I really enjoy hot sauce. I collect hot sauces. Sort of. Alright, I'll be right back. This is literally pointless for me to be streaming on YouTube because it saves the videos and it'll be like some awkward videos afterwards that people probably ultimately will never watch on YouTube. So on Twitch they'll disappear and I can stay here forever on the side and then come back and jump on a live stream. But like, I don't know, it's just like a big plain thing going on here, so I'm just gonna quit out right now. Say fuck it. Plus I'm doing something else right now.